Okay. All right. Hold on here. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going live here. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here on a Monday night. This is your boy Stevie Ray coming at you on the world's most dangerous podcast. We call it Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. And as you can see, my man, Mr. Jimmy Tibbs, usually shows up every other week here on the world's most dangerous podcast. That way, we can call him Mr. Tibbs. Y'all know how we do it. What's up, Kron? He's in the house. What's up, Oswalter? He's in the house. And if you guys out there that want to see the podcast live, you go to Stevie Ray TV on YouTube. You go to Stevie Ray TV on Twitch. And that way you can see the show live. Right now I'm streaming on my phone, but you guys can't see the podcast. You can see me, but you can't see the podcast. So go over and become a subscriber. Stevie Ray TV, YouTube. Stevie Ray TV on Twitch. And you guys can get to see the show live and not through my phone. A lot of times I'm on my phone before I start the show just to chop it up with you guys a little bit. And that's fun. But to see the show live and everybody giving comments and me and whoever I'm on the show with talking to each other, can't see that on my Facebook page. You just can't see it. But at the end of the day, wait a minute, somebody just said they can't hear anything. Well, I'm sorry. You guys got to go over to Stevie Ray TV on YouTube and don't watch it on my phone. You just watch it on Facebook on my phone. You can't see the podcast. You can just see me. Seeing me is not the podcast. I'm on the podcast right now. You see my camera right here. It's looking toward me. And, you can see things much, much better than right now. I just do that on my Facebook just to see what's what at the end of the day. But a lot of people think it's the podcast. It's not. I used to do that a while back, but I was just practicing. I used to practice. I used to practice on YouTube when I was getting ready to do my podcast. And just for practice, I would go back and look at it and listen to it and things like that to try to, get ready to do my podcast. That's the only way I could kind of get some background and stuff like that. And, it was what it was. Now, Mike is saying no sound coming through. Well, you guys got to go over to Stevie Ray TV. Because right now, you guys can just hear me through my phone. And my phone might be working, it might not be working. At the end of the day, the podcast is on YouTube live right now. It's on Twitch live right now. It is what it is. But hey, guys, hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I did. A lot of good auto racing for me, a lot of good basketball for me, stuff like that. We didn't even get a chance to talk about the NFL draft a couple of weeks ago. It is what it is. What's up, Calcutta? Uh, Guys, I'll tell you this. I got with Infinity. You guys know last week we was having some problems with the Wi-Fi. I got with Infinity. They did a check. Took about 10 minutes. We rebooted everything, so on and so forth. And they gave me the green light that everything was working fine. Now, I haven't done a podcast since the last one we did where we was having troubles. But hopefully, I checked my levels today. You know, everything was right on time. My levels were high. I don't know if that's going to happen again, but like I said, it's never happened. That's never happened to me ever since, especially since we went to this 5G thing. And especially since, they sent me a new router, so, new up-to-date router. I hadn't had any problems. You might have a problem every blue moon. I think everybody does with Wi-Fi. But I hadn't had any crazy problems. Every now and then you might get a glitch. But what happened last week was, man, that was unprecedented. I've never had problems like that before. Whereas you could not even, us, you couldn't even hear us. We were cutting in and out, so on and so forth, cutting off. I had never had that problem before. Even since I started this almost 3 years ago, I haven't had that problem before. Not to that degree. You might get, everybody get a glitch every now and then. Well, even when me and Vince do our podcast together, we've had those kind of glitches too, but we didn't know if it was on my end or his end, because a lot of times he sends me the invite and I go from there. So if it's got anything to do with somebody's Wi-Fi, it's usually his. So even he's had those problems, he and I, when we were doing shows together. So it is what it is, man. But I don't know what to say. Hopefully, like I said, so far so good. But I kind of been I caught a head cold, man, about 10, 11 days ago. It didn't really put me down, but I haven't had a head cold in them. Oh, Lord knows how long, man, where you get the sore throat and then you get the coughs and stuff like that. That hadn't happened to me in a long time. Now, you guys know I had, yeah. Yeah, and it kind of, wasn't bad. It's something out of the ordinary, you know what I'm saying? You guys remember a little over a year ago, Calcutta says, I had seen a Kevin Nash interview in London, and they asked him who he and Scott Hall like wrestling against. He talked about matches with you and Booker and Nash, and told everyone that you guys and them gelled very well. Yeah, we did, man. We did. We had some good matches that everybody didn't see, especially in the house shows, man. We had some really good matches on a nightly basis, you know. Uh, then we had the big match at Halloween Havoc where we dropped the straps to him. What's up, Hitman? What's up, Queen? But we never did, we never did get the program like we wanted to with those guys, and that was because of management and stuff like that. But, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You can only do what you can do, man. You can only go out there and. Oh, wait a minute, man. I see my boy Reggie Johnson is watching, man. Reggie, you need to come on the show, man. I got some guys, Reggie, that want to talk about boxing, man. So I was going to bring Ronnie on. I told him that they're drag racers, NHRA top funny car drag racers, both champions, they're brothers, and they big Ryan Garcia fans, Reggie. And I was trying to tell him about Ryan Garcia before that fight with Tank. But you see, the thing about it is, Reggie, don't nobody want to listen to old Ray Dog. You know, they think old Ray Dog just spitting stuff and don't know what he's talking about. Well, you know, my level of understanding of professional sports, especially boxing, is not at a fan's level. Reggie, you know that. My boy Reggie knows. I'm not at a fan level, bro. I'm not at Reggie's level, but I'm not at a fan's level. So you just can't talk to me about anything and think I'm some Skip Bayless. You know, I bring it. And I tried to tell him, Reggie, I tried to tell him what was going to happen. I chronicled the whole fight exactly like it was going to happen. And they didn't believe me. So they started making all kind of excuses, Reggie. They started saying, oh, he need a new trainer. You know, Goosen didn't train him right. So on and so forth. The kid undefeated, Reggie. I mean, they wasn't saying that when Ryan Garcia and Goosen was knocking out them lollipops. They wasn't saying that then, Reggie. So Reggie, I got to get you on the show so you can give these guys an everyday boxing edification. That's what they need, man. That's what they need. You got to give them an old-fashioned boxing edification. I might have you two guys and Ronnie on all at the same time, man. So I can shut them up once and for all. And the thing was, Reggie, we was going to that fight. Because they were drag racing in Vegas the same weekend the fight was going on. So we was going to all hook up, watch drag racing, then go to the fight that Saturday night. But then they changed the fight to the next weekend. So I didn't want to just go out to Vegas and watch them drag race. Not that I got anything against that, but when I go to Vegas, man, something big got to be happening. Some boxing, some MMA, some drag race, everything together, brother. That's what I'm about, man. But Reggie, you got to get these suckers right for me, man. You got to. And Ronnie also, because I told them I was going to set it up. And they can't chicken out. Tell me all this other stuff, talking about why boxing isn't like MMA. All under one umbrella. So you want to stagnate a person's, ability to make money, and you want him to work for what some person that owns an organization going to pay him. Who going to do that? They don't listen. But Reggie, see, they got me going right now, man, because you don't have to listen to them the way I do, bro. Golly. But anyway, man. Ronnie Niche told the public about what you're doing since the last time you had him on. Ronnie, hey man, Ronnie had a guy on that card in the semi-main event. Knocked the guy out in the first round. Ronnie doing his thing, man. He got a gym right over here in Stanford, man. He training guys. Well, he works for PBC. He works for Al Heyman, and hey, man, he doing his thing. He doing his thing, making his money, bro. That's what he doing. Oswald to say MMA guys don't make money. The thing is, man, it really freaks me out. I take that back. It don't freak me out, but it behooves me. It behooves me how people think MMA and boxing is similar. They're nothing similar, especially when it comes to the money. Especially when it comes to the money. Seriously. How you ever heard of an MMA guy making $30 million in one night? You ever heard of that? You ever watched the people? I don't know if you people, everybody out there that's watching has gone to a big time fight. I've gone to many in Vegas, okay? Oh, Ray Dog right down there with the big wigs. You hear me? I don't give a fuck if it is Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor don't make no $30 million a fight. Fuck that. You kidding me? The only time he made that kind of money when he did that exhibition with Floyd Mayweather. That wasn't an MMA fight. That was boxing. And you say they will win. On when? On what? You won't be alive by the time they make that. That'll be 50 fucking years from now. Boxing goes back to the late 1800s, all the way up till today. Do you see how much time it took to go from that amount of money to what they make now? They get to keep all the money. They get to keep all the fucking money. They don't share shit with some organization other than one of the organization, WBC, WBA, they take their cut here and there, blah, blah, blah. But whatever they sign for, that's what they get. They don't work for a company like MMA guys do. They don't work for a company. And then they give you the table scraps as well. For all you people out there that never been to a box, I've been to several big time boxing matches. And I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't no such thing as an MMA seat costing $20,000. I've seen this shit. Okay? I was sitting in seats, I didn't pay for them, but I was sitting in seats that cost like $2,800. That shit was astronomical to me. I'm like, who the fuck would pay this just to see a fucking boxing match? Them the kind of people that's got that kind of money. Now go to an MMA fight and see if any of the seats, 20 grand, 10 grand, 5 grand. No. That's why boxing make that kind of fucking money. Because they draw in that kind of crowd. It's like going to a house show in pro wrestling as opposed to WrestleMania. Maybe that's a big discrepancy. Let me take that back. Maybe an AEW show as opposed to a WrestleMania. It's no fucking comparisons. None. Zero. And anybody that think that, you don't know what you're talking about. You just don't know what you're talking. When I'm sitting, I go to a boxing match, you know who I'm sitting beside? The Four Tops. You ever heard of them? You ever heard of Four Tops? I'm sitting by the lead singer, Levi, right in front of me, right in front of my knees. Now, who the fuck I'm going to be sitting by at a goddamn MMA show? Nothing against MMA. I love MMA. I've been to MMA shows too. It ain't nobody there sitting there with some, you don't see the people at a boxing match with t-shirts and caps on and some goddamn nut-hugging ass jeans. You don't see that shit. People dressed to a T. I didn't even been to the after party as well. The owner of the hotel, I'm sitting here talking to a lady, and she, older lady, man, dressed to the T. White lady. She giving me a mouthful about what happened in that fight. It was a Mike Tyson fight. Okay, I'm at an after party. This lady sitting here telling me, oh, if this had happened, blah, blah, blah. Older lady, he could have did this and he could have done blah, blah. And I'm like, man, this old lady really know her boxing, bro, And then my buddy, who used to be one of Muhammad Ali's business partners, I'm exposing a few things to y'all right now that y'all don't know about old Ray Dog. I ain't no fucking Johnny come lately. I ain't no sucker that just talk about it. I be about it. Have been about it. Am about it. If you can dig that. I go to my partner. I say, hey, man, who is that lady right there, man? She telling me all this about. I said, that lady know her stuff. My buddy said, he said, oh, that's the owner of this hotel's sister. He didn't have to tell me no more. You dig? That's what I'm talking about. So don't get it twisted. MMA is not boxing. MMA fighters, if John Jones in a big fight, if he can get $2 million in that fight, that's a lot of fucking money for an MMA fighter. And that's the biggest of the big. That's the biggest of the big. You don't get no bigger than John Jones. Canelo just had a fight against a nobody Saturday night. Y'all probably didn't even know about it. Canelo just had a fight the other night, Saturday night, against a guy named Ryan or something, some British dude, over in Mexico. 50,000 people. 50,000 people. You know what Canelo got paid? I think he got paid $3 million. That ain't chicken feed, baby. That ain't chicken feed. $33 million. Man, shit. Like I said, brother, if you don't know, you'll never know. I done been in this game a long time and been around this game a long time. I know plenty of boxers. Then had plenty of conversations with how this game works. Stop watching TV, baby. You want to learn something, you better go to the source. I remember going to MMA in North Carolina and even went to Vernon Forrest's last fight before he got killed. No comparison. Boxing brings in money and the crowd. Brothers, Jack, people just don't know. People just don't know. This boxing is ran like a gangster type thing. MMA is civilized, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, these people, when you get up on that level, that big level of boxing, the big level, bruh, come on. Let's put it like this. Floyd Mayweather made a lot of money boxing. Somebody tell me this. Jack, tell me this. Hitman, tell me this. Tell me this. Calcutta, tell me this. I'm finna give you one right now. I want y'all to tell me. Floyd Mayweather made a lot of money in boxing. Firstly, you can't remember any of his fights once he got to 147 and he beat Oscar De La Hoya to become the man in boxing. Okay, and then that hustle with Pacquiao. Okay, then another hustle with Conor McGregor. Okay, the man that made a lot of money. Let me y'all answer me this. I'm like the Riddler on Batman now. Of all the fights and as big as Floyd Mayweather got and all the money he made, you never seen him on a commercial. You never seen him do a cameo in a movie. You never seen any sponsors on his trunks. You never seen him anywhere other than in the boxing ring. If you were that good and that popular, why didn't anybody ever see Floyd Mayweather anywhere but in a boxing ring? Every box, not even on a nightly talk show. You never seen him on a nightly talk show. As much as he liked to talk and talk about himself, he never even got booked on that. Tell me why, since everybody knows so much. Tell me why. But without further ado, when did an MMA buy rate do as much as a? I don't know. I don't think you're not gonna ever get that. MMA got its own audience. I mean, everybody loves MMA. But what I'm saying is people need to stop comparing boxing to MMA when it comes to the money. Shit, MMA is closer to shit pro wrestling type stuff than boxing type stuff. I'm telling you, seriously. Yeah, answer me that. Man ain't get, because you know, how is it that Manny Pacquiao got commercials in the United States of America and he from fucking the Philippines? Canelo, I see him on a damn commercial and shit. You know, he in a zillion of them in on the Spanish station. But they, you know, the one I forgot what it was with all those people out, and he was on the driving the golf course and stuff like that. I ain't never seen Floyd Mayweather in one commercial. No sit downs with nobody on any talk shows. Why is that? All I can say is Floyd was his own money man and didn't want anybody talking. What the hell has that got? Hitman, what does that got to do with what I'm asking? One has nothing to do with the other. One has nothing to do with the other. You know, I ain't talking about the money he made. That ain't what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you are an entity in sports in the United States of America, you're going to be on all kind of shit. You see pro wrestlers on stuff. You see baseball players on stuff. You see boxers on stuff. You see hockey guys on stuff. Football players all over the fucking place. You never seen the so-called Guy that made more money than anybody else in professional boxing, owned nothing, and never had anybody sponsoring him. Now answer me that, Batman. That's what the Riddler would say. Riddle me that. Marketing reasons. Okay, what reasons? Don't just throw shit out there. Tell me. Because have you ever heard of anybody that is the best? How many commercials Serena and Venus Williams was in? How do you be the best at the best at what you do, but don't nobody want you on their shit? Answer me that. You want to get technical about it? How that work? I ain't never heard of it. Marketing reasons. How hard is it to market something if you're the best at what you do? How hard is it? Let me get my man out here, bro. We're going to talk about this at another time. That's what we're going to do, but we got my man of the hour, the man with the power. He just too sweet to be sour. Jimmy!
Can you hear me, sir?
I'm here, Jimmy. I'm here.
Sugar pie. I'm sitting next to Stevie Ray. I can't help myself. But if you need me to call you, baby, reach out. I'm goofing on
me and Levi, man. You know that's my man. God rest his soul. It's my man, brother. Yes, that's what I'm sitting. I'm at a boxing match, Jimmy. You know who I'm sitting by?
Yeah.
4 tops. It was 3 of the tops. It wasn't 4 of the tops. It was 3 of the tops. One of the tops got a seat somewhere else.
Got me thinking of Cooley High shit right now, man. But
yeah.
How was that weekend, brother?
What's that? What did that fight?
No. The Derby.
The Derby, man. I don't even get into fucking horse racing. I ain't a car racing, man. I don't get it. Last time I seen a Kentucky Derby was 1973. Secretariat.
Is that when he set the record? 1973.
1973. Okay. 1973.
Wow.
That's the first and last time I really cared about horse racing.
Yeah, 50 years ago. Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Secretariat, man.
And no one's come close to that record. If a horse,
I think the record's been broken.
Faster.
I think the records have been broken, but that was the first time a horse had ever dominated the competition in that fashion. The first time. There have been horses that win the Triple Crown, but not like Secretariat did it, man. That horse had no competition. No competition. I've never seen that in any sport other than Usain Bolt, maybe. But even he got a few times, you know what I'm saying? That Secretariat, man, I still remember that like it was yesterday, brother. I'm like, everybody was talking about that, bro. But, back in those days, you didn't have all this live stuff like you got now, 24-hour news and stuff like that. So, some kids in the neighborhood talking about a horse. And we just want to see how much the horse was going to win by. You knew the horse was going to win. The horse won. The horse beat the other horses so bad that he couldn't even stay in the camera on the wide lens. You needed like the lens that was coming from the blimp back then. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't even hold it up. They couldn't even go out wide enough. That was crazy, man. I still remember that, bro.
Yeah, man.
But hey, I don't even know who won the Kentucky Derby.
I thought you had a tip or so. So I had to do you like Sanford and Son with the Lucky Numbers episode. But let me Fred put that $1 up and $600.
There's a lot of people into horse racing is big all over the nation.
I like watching, man. I like watching.
You know what, bro? The Kentucky Derby used to be a big thing. Not that it's not a big thing, but it's just so much sports going on now.
Yeah.
It's so much sports going on now. Back in the day, horse racing, you know what I'm saying? You would see when the Kentucky Derby was coming up. That was a big The Indy 500, the Kentucky Derby, the Daytona 500, the finals of all sports was a big deal back in the day. Now the Kentucky Derby is just something to do. You know, if you're really not into horse racing, hell, they don't even really do the commercials on it no more.
Yeah.
Like they used to.
Boy,
you know, or the little vignettes, and stuff. Unlike the
Yeah.
day of the show or something like that. I don't even know what station it was on. What station was it on?
NBC.
Oh, it was on
NBC.
NBC.
You know, and Mike Tirico was, I guess the ringmaster, if you will.
Well, he's the one with the main job at NBC right now.
Yeah,
he got the main job over there.
Yeah, we
That's
need
why
we need to
ESPN and all that.
It'd be great to go next year. You, me, and Dale. We'd be walking around and people be hollering, "Why is that horse dressed up?" Looking at Dale's ass. Emmitt Smith was there. A lot of people were there, man.
A lot of celebrities go there, because somebody that they're representing. It's just like the Super Bowl anywhere else. They're gonna put you where the cameras are.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like sponsorship on the side of a race car. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna put you there. Them, damn well, ain't no brothers into no fucking horse racing.
I know, and that's what tickles me. They go out of their way to show black people. They go out of their way to show
at the Formula One race, man, in Miami this past weekend, they got the guy with a microphone, kind of like doing what I was doing at WrestleCon. Okay,
right.
Running around, getting in people's face and blah blah blah, and And last year I seen the same guy do this. I forgot his name. He used to be a race driver. I forgot his name. He's from England. And he walked up on this one guy that played for the Miami Heat, right? And he didn't know who the guy was. He didn't know, and that shit was trending all over social media. He was a rookie. I can't remember the kid's name. He was a rookie lad. He walks up on this guy. This guy like taller than everybody. So either he's the biggest fan in the world or a basketball player, because in this paddock area, I've done this at the Indy 500. In this paddock area is right before the cars get ready to race. You got all these celebrities that can walk in a certain area, and they be doing interviews for all kind of different outlets and stuff like that, and talking to people and this, that, and the other. I've done it before, and you should have seen the people that was down there. You should have the Venus and Serena. They had LL Cool J. He introduced all the drivers. will.i.am. He's doing the orchestra as all the drivers coming out. They done stole all it was Pro Wrestling 101, dog. Mm-hmm. They done stole never seen this before. I've been watching Formula One since I was a kid, bro.
Yeah.
I've never seen this at a Formula One race before. Only thing they didn't have was the pyro. I mean, but it was cool though. Now what? Now they're gonna start doing this in all the races in Europe, I guess. They're gonna say, "Hey, we can't let America get away with that." will.i.am is out there with the orchestra, and they're playing with the, with the violins and stuff. They're playing the music. He's up there doing this, and the drivers come up. Ladies and gentlemen, LL Cool J. Ladies and gentlemen, last year he was a rookie. This year he's driving for so and so, so and so. Give it up for so and so, and everybody, the people in the crowd. And I'm like, okay. No, I mean it was cool though. I'm not gonna lie, it was cool. I loved it, man. I was like, okay, y'all getting smart. Start biting off pro wrestling. That's what they've been doing. Now auto racing them bit. Now NASCAR been bit off us, but now Formula One.
Yeah.
Formula One bit off us. It was cool though, man. I really liked it.
Hilarious.
I really liked it. I really thought it was really, really cool how they did that. If the drivers had any charisma, like Lewis Hamilton, everybody went crazy for him. Mm-hmm. And LL and him hugged. You know what I'm saying? Because Lewis Hamilton is like the only black Formula One guy in the history of Formula One.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. You never heard of Lewis Hamilton?
No, I can't say that I have.
Oh man, 7-time world champion.
Wow.
And the most successful Formula One driver in the history of Formula One.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I said, brother, don't drop a brother in it. I don't care what it is. I've been saying it. Don't drop it. You know what I'm saying? We usually don't get to that level. You know what I'm saying? You get to that level, the guy feet numb. It's like, okay, what can you do, bro? Oh yeah, he was. I don't know how many times he was on the Forbes athlete. How much money they made in 1 year. I don't know how many times he was on there, bro. The kid is stacked. Stacked.
Don't you love that when you know somebody and you say something to the other person, they go, "Who?" It's like
you wouldn't. If you don't keep up with Formula One,
yeah, no, but still,
in auto racing, no, not really.
Yeah.
If I'd have said NASCAR, because that's American, you probably would have knew him, even if you didn't know him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I know the Intimidator and
right, because that's American stuff, so it's going to be on. But Formula One stuff is not. That's European stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So he's not going to be as prevalent. But Formula One is getting bigger and bigger in the United States of America for the last 10, 20. Used to be big back in the 70s and 80s, but then it dropped off. Then they brought it back in the 2010s. Then it dropped off. And now it's coming back again. So now they got two races a year here now. They got one right where you live in Austin. Yeah,
it's huge, man.
Oh, I know it is. The whole town stops for that shit, bro.
Yeah, man, that racetrack is. They use the track for other things besides their racing.
Yeah, I know.
It's really profitable out there, man. It's good to see them.
And that's what I'm saying. You compare when I was talking about boxing and MMA. Formula One is like boxing. NASCAR is like MMA. If you see the difference.
Yeah.
A guy that raced for a Formula One team, let's say a Lewis Hamilton, not this year because he just signed a new contract, but his last few years, between his sponsors, between his salary, that guy was banking $50-60 million a year.
Woo! Man.
A year. A good NASCAR driver might make 2, 3, well, a top guy maybe 5, you know what I'm saying, 6, which is a lot of money. But it ain't like, cause I've been to a Formula One race. I'm exposing myself to a lot of stuff today, and people just don't know. When I talk about stuff, I'm talking about it from experience. I'm not talking about what I heard on the internet, what I read on the internet, this, that, and the other. I've been there. And I'm going to tell you right now, brother, the kind of people that follow Formula One around, oh, brother, they ain't got nothing but paper.
I hear that.
They ain't got nothing but paper. But you go to other races, they got paper too. But it's a different kind of paper, if you know what I'm talking about. It's a different kind of paper. It's like, put it like this.
Yeah.
You know what? A Formula One team has a budget. Let's say a NASCAR team, they big budget in one car. If they can get $7 to $10 million on one car, that's a lot of money. NASCAR, a year worth of what they have to spend to keep a Formula One team going, over $100 million.
What?
Yes, over $100 million per year.
Mm-hmm. So the sponsors pay that much?
Yes, because see, they going from country to country and continent to continent. You see what I'm saying? They going everywhere. They not just sitting in a spot. You know what I'm saying? One country and just going round in circles. So you know how much it costs to transport cars to country and continent to continent, from the Middle East to Europe, Asia, Australia, North America, and South America. Canada, United States, Mexico, Brazil, and I think one of the other countries over there. Yeah. They are worldwide, if you see what I'm saying. So these sponsors ain't just paying to show stuff here. They paying it all over the world. So
wow.
It's a big deal, man. Boxing, MMA, 3. What's up? Who was that Boxing MMA 365? Radar, have you watched Formula One Drive to Survive? I've watched the episode of it, but it's from a few years ago. Yes, I have watched that. But I'm just saying, man, it's just like, man, it's different, bro. It's different. Everybody likes Lewis Hamilton. I like Lewis Hamilton because I've always been a Mercedes Benz guy, and that's who brought him up, Mercedes Benz. He still
Okay.
drives for him to the day. So I've always had Mercedes Benz, so I always pulled for him. You know what I'm saying? Not because he was a black guy, because he was anybody that drove for Mercedes, they was my favorite driver.
All right. And Stevie,
Yeah.
who was the Bubba Wallace? Who is he with?
Bubba Wallace racing NASCAR.
Okay, NASCAR. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he racing NASCAR. He raced the team that Michael Jordan and I forgot the other kid name. They started a team together, and Bubba
Okay.
Wallace drives for them. Number 23. Bubba's a good driver. Bubba's a good driver. He's not there yet,
Okay.
but I would say Bubba is a top 10 driver.
Yeah.
He's a top 10 driver, top 12 at least. But he's good. He's won a couple of races. But NASCAR is so competitive nowadays, man. It is so competitive. So competitive. What is the difference between NASCAR and Formula? What's the difference? About $90 million. A team. What about that? Shit. About $90 million a team. That's about the difference, you know.
That's like.
That,
What's the difference between the Birmingham Stallions, the USFL team, and the Dallas Cowboys?
about $247 million a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a little bit different.
Yeah, about $240 million a year. You know, and that's because of the salary cap. Yeah, if it wasn't for that, you know,
Oh man.
who knows? I mean, I'm just saying, it's levels to all this shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's levels to all of it, man.
Yeah.
And it's big money, bro. Some people, you hear people out there talking about, oh, the ref did this because they wanted this team to be here and stuff
Okay.
like that. You know what? I'm not going to disagree with people when it comes to certain things. Not like Dale, when Dale say everybody cheating on any team from Tennessee. Oh, they cheating on us, man. Oh, you see that, man? They cheating on us, man. They only cheat on
Right.
Dale's teams.
Right.
Like the referees, like me and you talking right now. Let's see, like Eddie Murphy
Yeah.
on 48 hours. Let's see what we can fuck up next. You remember when Eddie Murphy came in that bar and told him, like, okay, let's see what we can fuck up next. You know, if that's what the refs do when they see
Yeah.
the Tennessee Titans or the Grizzlies. I want to know because Dale always on social media talking about how they cheated on the team. Do the referees do that? You think the referees do that?
Oh yeah.
Who you got next week? Referees talking to each other. Who you got next week?
Right.
I got the Tennessee game. Oh, you got Tennessee? How you gonna fuck with them? How you gonna fuck with them next week? I get them on a couple of offsides.
Yeah.
I get them on a couple of pass interferences. You know, somebody might say something. I throw him out the game. You know, I give him a roughing call when they barely touch the quarterback. I give him a roughing call. You know, I got it all written down.
Oh God, man, you remember Joe Horn,
Yeah,
wide receiver, played for Kansas City, went to New Orleans, and
yeah.
damn good player, but boy, he talked a lot of trash.
His son playing now, I think.
Well, does he good?
Yeah.
You know, I think his second or third season with New Orleans, and you know they're trying to make it. They're just waiting for that big break. And I can't think who they were playing, but it was in the Superdome, and it's a tough battle back and forth.
Uh-huh.
And I think Aaron Brooks throws a touchdown pass to Joe Horn. He's wide open. I mean, he could walk in, no problem. You never guess what happened.
What happened?
The referee runs into Joe Horn.
Oh.
Oh my God, the fans went crazy. I mean, if he catches this ball, Steve, there's no doubt. It's like at the 10-yard,
Right.
he's in.
Right.
And for some reason, the referee, I mean, just they ran smacked into each other. It was like two lovers, it's like Luke and
Yeah.
Laura hugging each other.
Right. Right.
Oh, Joe Holland, he was fit to be tired. And
I know he was.
oh god, because it was kind of like that Chicago game, the Chicago playoffs, where the fan caught the ball, and you could
Right.
feel it.
And the
And,
guy, yeah,
and
and
somehow,
the baseball player, he
yeah,
went
yeah,
ballistic.
because he went, because
He
you could
went
feel that
ballistic.
momentum, because it
Right.
sucked all the energy out of them when that happened. You could feel it. It was the same thing in that damn game. It's like, oh no, man, because they get the touchdown, they go up by 10 points or whatever,
And you know
and
what the
oh my
rules
god,
you know what the rules is on that, right?
I can't remember. No,
The rules is on that a referee is a part of the field.
wow,
Just like running to the goalpost.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
referee is
just a
part of the
goofy,
field.
just a goofy thing. So anyway, so then anyway, to tie this back to Dale. Because I used to watch Inside the NFL back in the day. That's all I
Right,
watched.
right.
That's what everybody watched. Now you can watch this
Yeah.
shit. Anyway, so a couple of weeks later, Inside the NFL, they would show like the before the game started, and
Yeah, yeah,
players
yeah.
shaking hands or whatever, and blah blah blah. Well, guess who was there for this particular game?
Whew.
That referee. And he
Oh.
walked. They show him walking up to Joe Horn, and Joe looked at ref, ref. I mean, he don't want to kill a guy. It's all over.
Yeah.
Now, it's weeks later, so they shake hands and just kind of both shaking their head, like, yeah, don't let this shit happen again,
Yeah.
But Dale would have had a good story, a good Facebook thing about that, Oh my god,
I don't understand. If you watch enough football,
right?
like myself and millions of other fans, if you watch enough football on a weekly basis, you can convince yourself that the referee is doing something outside of what he's supposed to do. You can convince yourself of that if you watch enough.
Yeah,
If you see what I'm saying, because I've had the league ticket, DirecTV, NFL, where you watch all the games on the
right.
same day. That's how big of a football fan I am. I see the same thing going on in all games. But if you don't and you just concentrate on a team, you see what I'm saying? You can convince yourself that this shit is going on. You know why? Because you only focusing on that team. But if you watch football like I do, well, I'm going back and forth, different game, blah, blah, blah. You see the same shit going on in every game.
Yeah,
Same shit in every game. That's why when Monday Night Football come on or Sunday Night Football game, you come on, you see those games, the same shit is going on. But you're not as focused in that game because that's not your team.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
you don't really
That's
you don't
right.
really care that much.
That's right.
So you have subconsciously convinced yourself
Yeah, I agree with
that
that.
this only goes on against this team. You see what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
only go. But if you go get all the stats from every game and look them up, they will look similar all the way across the board. Now, if they look similar all the way across the board and your team is in there, then how can you say that?
Yeah.
Now, if everything up here with your team not anywhere near what's going on with everybody else, then now it's something going. It's something going on. If you see what I'm saying, you can go get all the data on everything in football, the refs calls, the statistics as to what player did this, what player did that, how many sacks he got, how many, all that stuff is pretty much available to the audience if you want it. But it's easy to convince yourself of something, because you got a vested interest in what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, emotional interest, right? You're
Right.
from the city. Yeah, I would agree with that. And like
I'm
I
telling you.
always felt, I felt that being from New Orleans, Oh man, it's just it's a raw deal.
Now
Because that's all,
they did get you that one year
yeah,
against
but
the Rams.
right,
That one
right.
against the Rams. Now, I don't know what. That was the only one that I've seen where you go, wait a minute, brother. How do you not call pass interference on this play?
Yeah, but Steve, you know what happened with that.
What do you mean?
Guy A thought Guy B had saw it and called it. So
Who?
Guy A thought that referee A thought that referee B saw it and he would call it. That's
Oh, I
all.
got you.
That's what must have happened when you think about it.
You know what I think?
Yeah.
I think Adele went down. I'm telling you right now. I think Adele went down because that was too egregious. That was too egregious. When a guy run into the guy way before the ball gets there,
Right.
and they don't call it.
Yeah, right.
Now, if it's a fraction before the ball gets there, that's one thing. But this guy was just trying to save his ass because he had got beaten. I honestly believe right now that the NFL did not want the New Orleans Saints to go to the Super Bowl. I'm going to say it on this show, bro.
Whoa.
That's the only thing I can come up with. Because they know the New Orleans Saints would have beat the dog shit out the New England Patriots. They know that. They know that.
Yeah.
And you got to, and I honestly believe they were trying to get the Rams back in there because, they didn't just move back out to L.A. You know what I'm saying? And they was building that new stadium was going to be open in a few years that we're going to be playing. I think all that stuff was tied together, bro. I mean, I can't prove it, but that's what I feel. That's what I feel. And you remember in that game was 3-3 for like 4 quarters, 3 quarters.
Yeah.
It ain't no Drew Brees would have ate the New England Patriots ass up, and the New England Patriots hated playing against the New Orleans Saints because that was the one team that they couldn't fuck with.
Yeah.
That was the one fucking team that the Patriots could never fuck with was the New Orleans Saints.
I think the year the Saints won their Super Bowl, they played the Patriots in one of those home games, and they beat them like a drum. On their way, to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think it was a regular season game. But
yeah, it was regular. That's what I'm saying. Regular season. It was a Monday night game.
Yeah, they can't. Tom Brady in that offense, because that offense is similar to the one that Sean Payton has drawn up for Drew Brees. That's why they know how to combat it.
Right. You're right. You're right.
It is a first read. It is a first read offense.
That's right.
Sean Payton figured it out a long time because it's similar to his. Take away the first read and get the pressure on Tom Brady. You got him. Yeah, you got him.
You're right. Yeah, no doubt. Because Brady was thinking about going to New Orleans if Brees would have retired that year. Remember?
Right.
Yeah. So you're right. Yeah.
Like I said, I've never seen anything. Usually, the flag will come out late, even if one guy didn't see it. When it's that egregious, another guy go, I'm going to throw it up. But nobody threw it up. And I'm like, wait a minute, bro. That was the most egregious pass interference call I ever seen in my life. On national TV.
Yeah.
And y'all didn't call it.
Yeah.
They didn't even discuss it.
No.
How many times we done seen them discuss it? Hey, wait a minute. You didn't see that? No, man, I didn't see it. Well, I'm telling you right now, man, he interfered with him, brother. So when we come out of this huddle, pass interference, number 25, blah, 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 But this one was like, man, I don't know nothing. I don't see nothing, and it is what it is.
Was it a Cleveland game 15, 20 years ago, something like that happened, and the people started, like they were going to start throwing shit at the referee and stuff, and they had to take him off the field and stuff and come back and finish the game. It was crazy.
I remember something like that.
Remember, yeah. There was somebody called, and they they changed their mind or something, and boy, the fans just started throwing stuff at the referees and shit.
Oh man, it won't come to me, but I do remember something.
It's a long time ago. Long time ago.
Yeah.
Man. Oh,
but man, when you get them wrong like that, I know that guy got death threats. I know he got death threats.
Oh yeah.
You know, because people give death threats for. I'm watching a little chick. She done got too drunk on YouTube. She done got too drunk. She a doctor. She called the Uber, and the Uber dude was like, "Nah, you too drunk. I'm not taking you." She start fighting the Uber dude, man. She start fighting the Uber dude. You know, she a doctor, man. You didn't know she was a doctor at that. She at a club with little shorts on. Cute little girl, man. Looked like she might have been an Indian girl or something like that. And she went in the Uber dude car, throwing all his papers and shit out, you know, this, that, and the other. And the guy taping her and calling the police at the same time, right? And finally, the Uber dude got in the car and left. No, she walked off. But by him taping everything, it went viral.
Right.
It went viral. Everybody that saw the shit lambasted the girl. There's a little bitty girl. She couldn't have been no more. Jimmy Lowe, 5'2", 115, 20 pounds. You know what I'm saying? But cute little girl, though. I ain't gonna lie. Cute little girl. And you would never know she was a doctor. You know what I'm saying? You never know she was a doctor. And people started lambasting her on social media and stuff like that because the video went viral. They seen her face and recognized who she is. And they started giving her death threats. So they give people death threats. But they give people death. I'm like, why you want to kill the girl for being drunk? She done went in there and had too many Mai Tais. You know what I'm saying? At least she did the right thing by calling the Uber driver, but she should have never tried to fight the Uber driver.
Those inhibitions come out. I got a joke about that I'll tell on stage sometime because this was a true story. There was a Taco Bell employee who beat up the Uber driver.
Okay.
But the driver had a camera, and the guy got in the car drunk, and I want to go this way, you know. So the driver said, "Hey man, look, you got to get out of here." Now he's got a camera filming everything.
Right.
And before the guy left, he hit him upside his head. His head hit the windshield and blah, blah, blah. So the guy, because he was filming everything, it was on YouTube, just like you were discussing. But it read, Taco Bell employee assaults Uber driver. And I say, if that was me driving, the headlines would have read, Uber driver kills again. You ain't kicking my ass. You ain't kicking my ass in my own car. That's like coming to dinner. That's like coming to dinner and asking for a piece of the family fortune. That ain't happening either. But but the guy was a Taco Bell employee, but he wasn't a taco stuffer. He worked at the corporate office. Right. And because he was a corporate employee, it was bigger, and they fired him. So he sued the Uber driver. I said, "You go ahead on, brother." I said, "Man, I would have sued too because I lost that good ass corporate job."
I know that's right. I got to recoup some of this money. Man, have you seen? I've seen some of those videotapes of Uber. I don't know if you probably seen them. A lot of them online that you can pull up. These Uber people go through some shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm looking at one of them. Two girls get in the car. One is crunched down in the back seat. The other one is on the floor. Now the Uber driver can't see him because he's driving. It's at nighttime. Well, they running from somebody, and some dude run up on the back of them in an SUV and start shooting. Shot the back window out, shooting into the car and shit. And the Uber dude like, what the hell is really going on? You see what I'm saying? Because he didn't know they was running from somebody.
Right.
And then he take them to their crib, drop them off, still calling 911. He called the Uber policy is whenever you got an emergency, call them first. Have you ever heard of that? Well, if I'm an Uber driver, I'm calling the laws first. I don't give a shit what your policy is. I'm calling 911 first.
Yeah.
He called Uber thinking they were going to call the police because, you know, that app can track you where you're going. You got to give them where you're going. So anyway, he thinking the police going to be where he's going when he gets there. No police there. The dudes pull up as he letting the girls out of his car, and then they beat him up.
Oh boy.
They opened the door and beat the shit out of his ass. And I'm like, oh man, he was just trying to be a good Samaritan by taking the girls on. I would have told both of them, get the, like Reggie, like Eddie Murphy did in Trading Places. Get the F out now, everybody.
I've been waiting for you, Billy Ray Valentine.
Yeah. Put your clothes on.
Your clothes on again. Get out of here. Yeah. And man, it was a stone cold. Yeah, get out of here.
Then I'm looking at another one, Jimmy.
Yeah.
The guy been doing Uber for 8 years, man. Shit, I ain't even know Uber been around 8 years. The guy been doing Uber for like 8 years. And I guess he making money, and he been doing it this long, you know. And he trying to find the dude that called him. You know, he's kind of like in different areas, can't find the dude. He on the phone with the guy. Where you at? Mm-hmm. So he finally came up. The dude was at some kind of bar or something. He finally came around there, and he was like, that's where the guy was. The guy gets into the car, and he was like, yeah, man. He's like, hey, I was trying to find you. This, that, and he's like, oh, man, you just didn't know what you were doing. Yeah. You know, you just didn't know what you were doing. You just didn't know where you at, blah, blah, blah. You know, being kind of a dick to the Uber driver. The Uber driver was like, hey, man, get out of my car. You being a dick. Get the hell out of my car. You know what I'm saying? I told you, you know, because that happens, man. What's the big deal? You know, you don't like it, call a cab. Call Lyft, you know. And instead of trying to berate the man for, you know, like where you got to go. And he's a fat guy, too. So homeboy told him, get the hell out of my car, man. You being a dick, get out of here. This guy starts beating the Uber driver up.
See? Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Jimmy, I couldn't be an Uber driver for 2 weeks. Well, or that money that I got stashed to the side that I already told my daughter, you know, if an emergency happened, go here, get this, bail me out, so on and so forth. I'll be to use that up 2 or 3 times. I'm going to tell you that right now because I ain't finna sit here and let some sucker assault me in my car. I am not calling the police. I'm calling Life Flight. I need a helicopter over here to pick this piece of garbage up off the ground where I done left him at. It ain't no way, bro. That's crazy.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I do about 10 minutes on this thing because the ride sharing is, when you think about it, it's kindergarten. It's pre-kindergarten when you really think about it.
Now, ride share is when you get in with somebody else, right?
No, I mean the Uber Lyft is called ride sharing.
Okay, I got you.
You get in the car, the person takes you there. That's pre-kindergarten.
I mean, I hear you.
They can't even do that, Stevie. I have kicked a few people out. They'll get in the car. Before they get in the car, who you here to pick up? I don't say anything. You know why I don't say anything?
Why not?
Because there's nobody else in the state of Texas that has TIBBS as their license plate.
Right.
I look at the plate before I get in the car. I don't give a damn what color the driver is, what color the car. I look at that plate. If that plate matches, I'm getting in.
Right.
But people can't even do that.
And it comes right up on your phone, the color of the car,
on the phone, the picture,
the license, the light, yeah, everything comes right up.
But people can't even do it. Who you here to pick up? So, you know, one lady, it got kind of contentious, and I told her, I said, miss, you can get out. See, when you get into an argument with someone, you don't start sounding like Stevie Ray, folks. You sound like Michael Jackson. You got to get out of here. You got to leave this car. And when you're calm like that and they're irrational, you'd be surprised how that works.
Right.
See, because you know, you don't want me to be like what's his name? The Players Club, Bernie Mac. If my hand comes up, it's gonna be trouble, trouble. Remember that scene? Trouble. Walk it off. That's right. Walk it off.
Boy, was he fun? Was he funny in that, bro?
Oh God.
Oh,
he really was. I've seen him in other movies, but that Players Club. Oh yeah, she thick too. Yeah. We'll call her Diamond.
Yeah. We talking about, Magilla, gorilla, Magilla, gorilla. And he was out there doing yeet, yeet. Man, I was on the floor. First time I seen that, I'm on the floor laughing, bro. You know, on the floor. I never got a chance to meet him, man. He used to come through on the Def Comedy Jam tours and stuff like that. Big wrestling fan, man.
Oh, I bet.
Big wrestling fan, bro. You know, my brother went to see him one night at the arena. I think it's at the arena. My brother went to see him one night, and he saw my brother in the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, he picked him out in the audience. He didn't have ringside seats or nothing, but the arena was only like 3,000 seats. Right. And he had his security guys come get him after the show and bring him in the back. He was getting ready to leave. Him and his wife getting ready to leave, and the guys say, Bernie want to see you. You're like, what, Bernie? And he go in the back, and Bernie start talking. Well, your brother, is he here? And he's like, no, man, I didn't even know he was in town. That's how much I keep. If somebody don't tell me what's going on, bro, I don't know nothing. It's like I live in the South Pole, man. I don't keep up with nothing other than the stuff that I like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The comedians and stuff like that. I got the app on my phone of the, to keep up with the comedians that come over to the, you just received, yeah, but I don't even look at the damn thing, man. You know.
But man, speaking of that, I think I have a special deal for you, my brother.
What's that?
You know, when black people want to favor us, my brother. If I get the tickets, would you consider coming here? Because Bruce is going to be here July 21st, I think, through July 23rd.
If he coming through there, he probably coming through here.
Yeah, he may. But I just figured, you could come by, you could pass, you could see the Struggle Mansion. We can have a couple of beers, talk some shit, and go check him out.
Is he coming? What place is he coming to?
He's going to be at Cap City Comedy here in Austin, Texas.
Okay, let me check.
I'm sure he's on tour. Let
me check that out.
So I say, well, maybe if I get the tickets, will Stevie come and we'll sit in the front and recognize Stevie and say, who's that guy next to you, Stevie?
See, the guys here at the Improv, they're friends of ours.
Yeah.
That's why we can always, if something going on over there, if I can keep up with what's going on, I can always get good seats to go over to the Improv.
Right.
But Bruce is one of them, brother.
Yeah.
He's one of them. But I don't keep up with who's coming in town and who's not. I don't know why, man. I used to. I guess comedy done changed a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You ain't got some of the same guys. No. You ain't got some of the same guys out there anymore. I guess they're still out there.
And someone asked a question, do you have any mics at the show? No. Who? PLAGA, Plaga. No. I just do private stuff now. So my
you talking about open mics?
Yeah, and stuff like that. I don't go do that stuff.
Do they still do open mics?
Oh yeah, we got a ton of them. I don't know if you know what's going on with the comedy scene.
I don't.
Joe Rogan is here now. He has the biggest podcast in the world. So he moved here. He has opened up a place downtown Austin, and there's just been a comedy explosion since he's here, and all kinds of open mics are going on now, and other clubs have opened up, which is a good thing because you're getting good people in. But there's this guy called Kill Tony. And all that is the Gong Show, but it's a 2023 version. That's all. It's a Gong Show. And Stevie, there are over 200 people in the alleyway waiting to hope the game gets called out of the hopper. And then you come up there, you've got 60 seconds to be funny. And people get up there, and you know what happens. You could kind of sense the lines are coming out, to chew that ass up, So he's big down here. So yeah, the scene is just really exploded. But I just do my own thing now. I don't, when I met you, you know my stuff. Black men don't like fat white women. Broke ass niggas like fat white women. You get what
right.
But before all that, you can't say that and blah blah blah. I said no. There's a grain of truth to everything that I say. Else it's not funny.
Right? Exactly. You got to look at it. You got to look at it and think about it in a constructive way. And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying?
There has to be a grain of truth to it. If I told you, Stevie, that Chinese people make great basketball players, do you know how stupid that is? But boy, they could take a watch and turn it into a microwave oven. You get the connect, so there's a grain of truth to what you're saying, that
Right.
So, so anyway, to answer his question, no, I don't do any of
Well,
that
that
kind of
Mark say had internet issues, haven't been. Man, you had, and I had them last week too. I don't know if it was something with the system. I think it was something with the system because, like I said, my system ain't really messed up like that since I got this new 5G shit. I mean, this 5G stuff put enough people in the hospital. At least it can stay on. That's all I'm gonna say about it because I don't want to get cut off.
Put him in the hospital.
I don't want to get cut off. Hey, this 5G shit put all kind of people in the hospital and they want to try and coronavirus. Okay, I didn't say that, okay? I don't want them coming after me, y'all. All right? Thanks, Kush. But yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, Kush. I haven't had those kind of problems before where my shit is cutting out and you can't even hear me talking. And it'll cut out and freeze every now and then. I think everybody goes through that. Like I said, me and Russo go through that when we do our podcast together. But that's more on his end than mine because my levels, I can see my levels fluctuating that day. Like right now, they're not fluctuating. I'm looking at them right now. They are all steady high. So whatever was going on, I think was going on with the system that we're on with this new 5G. Now they talking about 10G.
10G?
That's what Infinity has said. So I'm just saying, brother. I mean, when this 5G made enough people sick, at least that's what I was told. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me. That's what I was told by a significant person that's on the inside. That's what they told me. Don't quote me or nothing like that, Lando. Saying old Ray Dog said this, that, and the other. I didn't say it. I'm repeating it. I'm repeating it. Okay? I heard that. Hey, Jimmy, that's what I heard, man. How true it is, I don't know. They said 5G is what was making a lot of people. I don't want to say. I'm not going to say nothing.
Well, look, I got to tell you this quick funny story before we wrap it up.
What's that?
You remember last week when I was watching Pawn Stars and I sent you a quick picture of your brother on the show and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Posts and stuff. So anyway, after that, I usually like to watch the HGTV shows because I flip houses and all that kind of stuff. So I just like watching those shows. There's a new one on called Kendra Sells Hollywood. Stevie, you got to watch this shit. You got to watch this, man. At least one episode.
What? Kendra Sells Hollywood.
She's a former Playboy, Playmate, model type shit. And now she wants a real job. But she wants people to take her seriously. So she's selling houses in Hollywood. But it's not these little $400,000-$500,000. These are like $9, $10, $20 million homes.
Oh, okay. She's just gonna jump in foot first.
Oh, I mean, cute as a button. She makes Beyonce look like George Bush. I mean, look fine ass little chick. Okay. And so she shows her first house, and there's this lady named Lisa that's kind of mentoring her, helping out a little bit. And she shows the house to the guy. He seems interested, and he leaves, and she has a panic attack. The woman, just relax. You did good. You were professional. Went okay. The guy calls up like an hour later. Hey, we're all going out to dinner tonight. Won't you join us? Now, Stevie Ray Charles, Stevie Ray Wonder, they can all see that this guy, he's not interested in no fucking house. Okay?
Okay.
So she goes out with the guy. And they're partying like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, taking selfies and
Right.
And I think they ran into Sonny Ono because there was a picture of a guy going.
Yeah. This guy.
Yeah. So now it's the next day. She realizes that we went out. He never mentioned anything about a house, and they kissed. And I guess one thing led to another.
Okay.
So she goes to the office, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And they said, no, just dig in. You're gonna be just fine. And the boss calls her up and says, hey, we need you to go stage this house. She said, I've never done it before. He said, no, you'll do fine. Just go stage the house.
Well, does she have a real estate license?
Well, no, she's in training. She's got like a month to get this job. You got to get one listing in order to get on with this farm or whatever, right? So,
but I'm just saying, don't you have to have a real estate license to show people homes?
I guess not in this particular situation. She's in training or whatever, you know.
Yeah, but training is you still gotta have your license with the state.
She stages the house, okay, and the two bosses come over. You know, they wearing the suits and ties. You know, they're legit, and they're just so impressed. Oh my God, this is unbelievable! And while she's staging the house, she puts a unicorn in the pool, and she's trying to blow the unicorn. It's so staged. It's so damn.
Yeah. If it's a reality show, I'm just saying.
Right,
I'm just asking for logistics reasons. When she was saying, "I've never done this before," you're a real estate agent. How is it that you haven't done some shit?
Right. Stage the house, so she's telling the guys, okay, they like it, they're impressed, and she says, yeah, and Lisa was such a good help to me. Lisa. Well, Lisa works at the same, but it's like they're teams,
right?
You know, at this particular real estate office.
Wait a minute, didn't you see her name Kendra? She was on another reality show, wasn't she?
I've never seen her before. But it was something else. So no, this is a white chick, blonde.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. That was with the Hugh Hefner, one of his gals.
Well, that might be it. But she worked as a Playboy playmate, so it might be the same thing.
Yeah. I think I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, but you know,
she got to be a little older. She got to be a little older now, though.
Yeah. Fine as a motherfucker, though. I mean, yes, like you know. Anyway, so he's like, well, she's with the other team. She shouldn't be. You know, you shouldn't be listening to her. You should come to us. This is, you know. So that kind of blows up on her face. And okay, to give her another chance, she's driving down. This time, she's got her kids in the car. I think the kids are like, 10 and 6 or something like that. And he says, listen, I can't find the other guys.
Okay, wait a minute. Real Cool just said, yeah, she was with Hank Basket. Okay, now I thought I knew that name. She was married to the guy, married to a wide receiver, used to play for the Eagles, Hank Basket.
Oh, okay.
They had a reality show together. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's hilarious, man. So
go ahead.
Says, look, I can't find the other guys. You know, you're going to go sell this house. You have to show it. And this is like a $10 million house. These are not, nickel and dime. So, okay, she takes the kids with her to show the house. Her kids are like, oh my God, that's crazy. It's a crazy ass. Like,
only on a reality show, bro.
It is so staged. It is so staged. Like, when you and I were talking about when we texted about this shit.
No, somebody else after you. I think I texted you and told you somebody sent me the video.
You told me that, remember? Yeah, you texted that to me, yeah.
Of that thing last week, and I'm asking the guy, why did you send me this?
Yeah.
Oh, I was watching this and I just felt like sharing it.
Yeah.
Somebody I ain't never ever got anything from.
Right.
Whether it's on Instagram or whether it's on Twitter or whether it's on Facebook, never, ever gotten that, because whatever I've ever gotten from you is going to have a history of it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And this shit just comes out of nowhere.
First time.
Yeah. And so I hit him back and I go, why did you send this to me? You know what I'm saying?
Why'd you send this to me?
Right, why'd you send me? I'm serious. Why did you send me this?
And let me tell you,
I mean, the whole video of all the stuff that you was talking about, but the whole video, and I'm like, dog, you know me, I don't really watch reality shows because from a person that's worked in the TV business, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to look at shit in reality. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. I don't care what it is. Just like, even if it was, what was it? Something Divas. Remember the Divas one? The WWE girls?
No, I've never seen that.
Or all of those things that they produce, man. I'm like, bro, if anybody, and I've been saying this for, I don't know, over 20 years.
Right.
If anybody look, and I had friends, I've told you this, Jimmy. Total Divas, that's what it was. If anybody look at reality shows as shit that's real, I'm like, this world has gone to shit.
Right.
That means the human brain, the human mind can be convinced of anything.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I swear to God. And that's why I was like, now I'm dead serious right now.
Yeah, I know
And
you are.
that is why I'm putting this kind of stuff in my book.
Right.
That is why people can get brought to a crescendo to want to attack a Capitol building.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To the fact that you want to
Absolutely.
attack, kill, maim people over a lie and believe a lie to the level of which a news station gets sued for damn near $800 million.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, well, maybe they wasn't real. Maybe they wasn't a lie.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
too late now.
Late.
So that's why I'm saying everything out there in pop culture
Yeah.
has taken, has stolen,
Yeah. Absolutely.
has jacked from professional wrestling and using it as if they thought of it first.
Yep. And then they create a bad guy and a good guy, but this shit was a trip, man. And she crying, I want to sell houses so bad. No, you don't want to sell no houses, honey. You just cute. You just fucking cute.
Hey, man, hey, but I do think it's genius though
Oh
that
yeah.
people can still come up with these different things to do with a reality show. I still think that shit is genius.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm looking at those Duck Dynasty guys. I've never watched the show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But I remember a few years back that Duck Dynasty thing, up until they fucked it up some kind of way, was really, really popular. Really, really popular. And then I'm looking at online of all these guys on Duck Dynasty before they start doing that. They just actors. And they done grew all the beards and stuff like that to make themselves look like outdoorsmen and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, this I never watched this. And I'm like, I don't know who the characters are. You know?
Right.
So I'm looking at a friend of mine. She loves what is the one Looking for Love or something about love. The dude Tommy from the radio he hosts Ready for Love, okay?
Okay.
And I'm trying to tell her the majority of those people. I said, let me ask you something. How do you think you get on a show like this? Because a lot of people don't know. Like they don't know how television works. I said, how do you think the people got on this show? You think they just had some open casting and everybody can come down and get interviewed in a hotel somewhere, this, that, and the other? Because I don't know. I said, how do you think these people just, okay, they did it from Houston. Did you hear about people between the ages of so-and-so and so-and-so going down to auditions? Like, no, like I said, they don't do it like that. So all these people got agents. Your agent set you up with this kind of stuff.
Sure.
And she was like, really? I said, yeah. I said, look at these people. I say, how you going to find this many good-looking guys, this many good-looking girls between this age and that? And then they can say anything about what they really do for a living. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of actors have regular jobs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of actors have regular jobs until they hit it. A lot of comedians got regular jobs until a lot of wrestlers got regular jobs until you know what I'm saying? That's the entertainment business. You got to keep bread in your pocket and food in your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it one day, and I can't remember. It might have been a couple of seasons ago. I see this guy on there. Then I see him on a movie on BET one day. Same guy. Mm-hmm. And I called her up and I said, check this movie. I put it on there. You're going to see something. She called up and she said, I said, now you see what I'm talking about? Same guy. But on the Ready for Love, he like some real estate guy, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, these reality shows, brother, hey, it is what it is. And they pay good money. Yeah, especially the ones that stay on for a while.
Well, I only speak for myself in this regard. I don't know how you feel, Calcutta, as a man. That show, The Bachelor, that is so ridiculous because no man.
I've never watched it. I know
no man is going to audition 30 women. Because we're physical creatures, Stevie. In other words, we like what we like. You, and you. The rest of y'all can go home. Now women have to evaluate us. Seriously, women have to evaluate us differently.
Right.
But a man, we are strictly physical.
Yeah.
Ladies, queen, what I'm trying to tell you, men, we're just monkeys with shoes on our feet. Okay, we don't need a reason to have sex. We just need a place. But that
Right.
bachelor is so ridiculous, and the guy
bro.
he's so heartbroken. He's torn between. Oh, get me a break.
That's in essence. It's a beauty of it in one sense, and it's just utterly ridiculous in another, bro.
Thank you.
Well it's put. A beauty from the artistic point of view. That's one thing, but from a realistic point of view, it's like you got to be joking,
right?
And we're gonna get married. Okay, yeah, right.
Because it's being manufactured. So you can't manufacture love. It's you know what I'm saying? Well, boy meets girl. That's spontaneous. That's not.
That's what I'm saying. But the people stuck on it, bro. They are stuck on it. That's why I got to write about it, bro. Yeah. Well, I got to write about it. I got to bring it to the. I got to bring it to the forefront, man.
I know you would never do it, but if you're ever in that type of situation on a reality show, even when you go to the bathroom, you always assume that a camera is rolling. Okay? Yeah, because there was one episode, the guy that, like she liked 3 or 4 of the guys or whatever, okay?
Bachelorette?
And she goes to this boathouse and she comes out in this fat suit. Looks nothing like her. So the guys think it's the cousin so-and-so. So, they're being nice to her and just, nice to meet you type thing. Well, she leaves and nothing happens. She just met the guys. I'm Susie's cousin, Brenda or whatever.
Right.
Well, when she leaves, the guys start talking shit. Like, yeah, right. I would fuck the fat chick to get to Susie.
The other one. Yeah.
But so the woman comes back, the real woman. She says, well, y'all met my cousin. Okay, no one said anything rude, so it was no big deal. There was no harm, no foul.
Right.
She says, when she left, the cameras were still rolling. Oh my God. And you can see this one guy, because he was talking all this shit. So she eliminated him. And he was walking to the limousine. He was cussing up a storm, Stevie. God, that ain't what you really said. No. You got exposed, nigga. What you said what you really felt, because you thought the woman had left. You forgot those cameras were rolling. You started talking all that shit. And she had to eliminate him. Boy, he was pissed off, man. He was pissed.
Well, but even then, that's what I'm saying. All these shows are scripted. You don't realize how all the shows are scripted. So that was what he's supposed to do. That's good writing. My nephew, he's in LA right now. He's worked on a few of them.
That's
but he's
right.
Yeah, exactly. He's behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He went out there as an actor, but he gets all kind of other jobs as producers and assistant producers and all that kind of stuff.
It's like, tying into what you're saying, this particular episode was like pro wrestling, where everybody was the good guy.
Right.
And then the good guy became a heel. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because if the show in the real world, just to keep somebody from being to look like a straight up real heel, insensitive human being, and fat shaming people, they would cut that out. If that was real, it would never make the cut, because
that's my point.
You have 50,000 people writing into the show saying, this guy fat shaming, this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. Especially in today's world, blah, you know what I'm saying? But by you seeing it, you're not as sensitive to it, because you saw her take her clothes off and put the fat suit on and this, that, and the other. Then it just happened to show, what the guys are saying, this, that, and the other. It can easily cut out all the bad stuff and just leave in the good stuff. And like I say, same thing when you see on any reality shows that these two girl, what did she do? Yeah, you ain't gonna believe what she did. Blah. I heard you said this about me. Bitch, you better fucking back up right now. I'm like, oh, it's a camera around. And that's when you gonna talk shit about somebody knowing that shit gonna get back to her. You've been on the show for 8 years. You ain't got it right yet, Jimmy. You don't know the rules yet, Jimmy. You've been on the show 8 years, Jimmy, and you still talking shit. Yeah, fuck that bitch. She trying to walk up to me, her fake ass hair. You know what I'm saying? Then, what you say about me? Oh, I get a kick out of though. I guess I get a kick out of just knowing what we know and seeing how it's gonna pan out.
Yeah.
I don't know, but as much as we know, we still watch the shit.
Well, comedian Jay Farrell.
Yeah,
he has great divorces and stuff. Anyway, when Tom Journey used to have his radio show on, they had him on there one time, and they were asking him, well, Jay, do you ever watch Basketball Wives? He said, what? And they said, oh, Basketball Wives. He said, oh, you mean lucky bitches? In other words, if it wasn't for the fact that this woman was married to Shaquille O'Neal, she wouldn't be, He said, you mean lucky bitches? I was like, oh, man.
And if you really think about it,
that was funny.
If you really think about it, she's like the only one that's been married to a basketball player.
Right.
The rest of them were just girlfriends and jump-offs.
Jump-off.
You know what I'm saying? The rest of them were just girlfriend and jump-offs. And the one that was married to Doug Christie,
okay,
she needs to retire.
Okay.
I mean, she been on there too long. She didn't hit the wall, dog. I mean, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to talk about nobody, nothing, but baby, go on and hang the cleats up. You don't see Shaq's ex on there too much anymore. You let them young girls do their thing. You see, and I guess you got to keep certain people on there just to stir the pot. Because I haven't watched it in years, but I still see the commercials. Now, I used to watch it back in the day when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
When it first came out, I used to watch it then. But, man, I just watch it for the eye candy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just watching it to see what the girls look like,
I hear that. Yeah.
No, I ain't going to lie about it. It is what it is. But
I wonder if we could put one together. We'll call it, instead of housewives or whatever, we call it Stevie Ray's concubines.
No. They tried to do. Do you know this? You probably not.
Concubines.
You probably not privy to this.
Okay.
They tried to do one with the girls from wrestling.
Oh boy!
But it never got off the ground.
Yeah,
it's true story.
Yeah, but one of the ex-girlfriends would be good to watch.
No,
Stevie's concubines. I watch it every night.
That would be. Well, you got some good writers. I tell you what. Remember the other week we was talking about the Hollywood writers and everything shut down. Shit going down again. Right now, you know that, right?
I didn't know that.
The writers on strike again right now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Basketball Wives.
I could see it right now.
I want Basketball Wives really wasn't nothing but basketball jump offs.
Yeah.
Cause the one girl that Ocho Cinco got in trouble with, how many guys was she with?
Yeah. Now what's the rules now? I thought a jump off was kind of like just a one night stand type thing.
Nah, that's somebody that's I can get with you when it's time. You know your role.
Okay. So and what's a side chick? I thought it was like a side chick.
Basically the same thing.
Okay. I just thought the jump off was just you kind of jump on.
Different titles.
Okay.
The titles change from generation to generation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see yours right now. We do this show, and then I say something that rubs you the wrong way, and you have projection. You projecting on your concubine. Fucking Jimmy Tibbs, respect me, bitch. God damn it, get my food out here right now.
I ain't never treated nobody like that.
Jimmy,
but we gonna write it like that. You gonna make me the heel? You gonna make me the heel against the girls? Oh,
you come and be the damn comedian. This is my damn profile. Goddamn, bring me my fried chicken.
Oh
It'd
man.
be hilarious, man. It'd be hilarious. You turn the cap backwards. It'd be a whole different Stevie Ray after going to school. Like, oh gosh,
Oh man,
man.
anything is possible, man.
Yeah.
But
See, that's what you should. That's what you should do a show on one night of all of the goofy ass offers that have been made to you. Just talking about them for 5-10 minutes each. Each situation that someone's come to you. Let's do this. Let's do that. That would be a good show.
I forgot about
There'd be so many.
The majority of them.
Right. Just all kinds of goofy ass shit that
I forgot about the who was that? Could say the poster Sonny. The poster for Stevie Ray show is Sonny painting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. With watercolors.
Leave Sonny alone, man.
You know what I'm saying? With watercolors. I'm sorry, man. I just couldn't get over the marking out. I couldn't get over that. It took me a minute to get over that.
Can I say when I went to look at it on this page, I'm sorry, I laughed so hard because when I saw it in context and heard your voice, it made me laugh even more because he really was. I mean, he was smiling from ear to asshole. He was just it's like, oh.
So fucking funny, man. I mean, this shit is. I mean, he was killing me, and he's sending me all these pictures. They're coming in on my phone one after another. Ding, 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 ding. What is that, man? I go in the living room, pick my phone up. It's him. Just sent me 9 pictures. 9 pictures of him just marking out this. Look, man, you the man, dog. These people should be pointing at you. I'm taking a picture with Sonny Ono. You're the legend. You got here before they did. Oh, I mean, it was one after another, bro.
You sound just like the guy. Come on, Teddy Bruschi.
Uh-huh.
The first year Ocho Cinco was with the Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess he was tweeting about because they played the Miami Dolphins and beat them 48-3 or some shit like that. And Ocho was tweeting about this is like video game numbers and blah blah blah. And Teddy Bruschi say, Chad, you part of the team. You
right.
you shouldn't be tweeting this kind of shit. This is what the fans do. This is not what you should be doing. But yeah, Teddy Bruschi ate that ass up on ESPN, man. So you are part of it. You shouldn't.
As good as Ocho Cinco was,
yeah,
and he was very, very good. Ocho Cinco had Hall of Fame athletic ability. He was that good.
Absolutely.
But the antics kept him from going to the Hall. The antics going to keep him out of the Hall of Fame, man. And that's sad because at one time, Ocho was like one of the top 3 receivers in the NFL for about 4 or 5 years straight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But man, and especially getting into it, he should have never got on that damn reality show.
Oh God.
Should have never got that Basketball Wives. He should have never got on that.
What was it called? What was this show called?
No, he was on there with. It was basketball. You remember the Puerto Rican girl?
Yeah, but I know he had his own show. I never saw him with the Puerto Rican chick, but he had a show where he was picking a date or something like that. And oh God,
the show I'm talking about, he was on with that girl. He was just on it because she was on it. It wasn't his show. He was
right.
On,
right. I understand. Yeah. I never saw that.
Yeah, and that's when he got in trouble in real life.
Right.
Because him and the girl got into it, and she went and ran next door and said he tried. Yeah, he tried to. Yeah, and he got in trouble behind that shit. Yeah. That's what got him kicked off the Dolphins team.
Yeah. They had to let him go after that, man. But
right.
When he had his show, I'll take it back. When he had his show, I watched the first episode, and you know what? He did send a bunch of girls home that day. That's what the man would do. Okay, yeah.
I've never seen his show.
Yeah, it must have been like 50 women, and he sent 25 of them home the first day. I'm like, yes, this is what in real life what a guy would do. It's been real, it's been nice, but it ain't been real nice.
Well, that's the show. Cron was just saying he had a show with Terrell Owens. I do remember that. They had a brief one together. Uh, uh,
Oh God.
Ocho Cinco and T.O.
Oh,
They
I can
had
see
one.
that.
They had one together. I remember that one. I don't remember the one by himself.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was by himself, and it had his mom on it, and it was just crazy, man. But when T.O. had his own show, that was
That's her.
hilarious.
That's her queen, Evelyn
There you go,
Lazunda. Yeah, that's
lasagna.
her.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He's trying to kill me. Hey, buddy. I tried to tell T.O., man, don't ruin your life. It ain't worth it, bro. Especially these gals that have been with every ball player known to man. Dog, come on, bro. I
Right.
done been to parties with some of my basketball buddies. I could tell you about these kind of stories, but see, I don't tell them, Jimmy.
Well, that's the point, Steve. Is that these guys are going crazy over chicks that've been tossed around. She's been
Bro,
passed around.
nobody passes them around like basketball players.
Right.
Nobody.
These guys think they got something. They're like, oh my,
I am a witness,
yeah,
and it's all in good fun.
yeah,
Lucky I don't run those. I don't run in those kind of channels, but I have, from time to time, been
yeah.
invited to things. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Oh, these guys were fans. If you dig what I'm saying. But I don't run a circle. But I check something out every now and then just to be, you know,
Mm-hmm.
hospitable or whatever. But
Yeah,
bruh, woo,
yeah. And I
I
don't
just
know
can't.
about right. And I don't know about you, but I'm dating someone, and I found out she was with Steve and Ted and Bill. I kind of lose interest. And that's what they get passed around.
But what I'm saying, in that world,
Yeah.
they not looking for wives. If you dig what I'm saying.
Right.
That's why that show Basketball Wives really threw me off.
Yeah.
There wasn't but two of them that
Right.
were really, really wives, maybe three at that time. The rest of them were, ex-fiancés and all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Seriously.
Yeah,
Seriously.
you're right. But Stevie, they are so humorous. Terrell Owens, one of his managers or whatever, she was going back for a high school reunion, and he said, "I wish I'd go back to my high school reunion. They told me I was too dark and too ugly." I'm like, yeah, those two things haven't changed. But in his mind, he saw himself because he was in NFL. It just shows you how people think and how they see themselves. Yeah, they told him he was too dark and too ugly in high school.
Oh, man.
And
Right.
I mean, it's like, come on, dude. Shit. And if you ain't got that money, them women are gone, man. They are gone for gone. You know how that goes.
Hey, brother, hey. I used to have a saying, man.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, I would tell people, I'll tell my buddies, I will not date somebody that know who I am.
Right.
Now,
Now, could you give one reason why you did that, Stevie, without
yeah, and not only that, I wouldn't date anybody that I worked with.
Yeah.
These are just things I live by. You know what I'm saying? If somebody know who I am, you date me for who you see on television, not who I really am.
Well, that's what I'm
You know
trying
what
to
I'm
get
saying?
out of you. That's what in other
Yeah.
words, they're dating you for they have a hidden agenda.
Or that, yeah. At
Right.
least that's what I'm thinking. It might
Right.
be,
Okay.
it might be honest. You know what I'm saying? But even people through the years, if jobs I worked at, I would not date somebody that I'm working with. I would not date somebody that works out at the same gym as I do. Never. I've always been that kind of person. I do not want to get close with people that I'm going to be in close proximity with. You know what I'm saying? Even if things go awry, I don't need to hassle. I'd rather date somebody from another state.
And let me make a quick comment about that because we running overtime here tonight. And that's what I've been telling these guys here on the comedy scene. Don't date these female comics. You know why? Because it always ends up bad.
Right.
Because now you're competing with each other, and then one's gonna make a claim that you did something
See, that's
when
what
it
can
did,
happen.
and that's what happened to a guy here, a black guy. He was with another black chick, and she, he did something in front of the guys, and it was taken the wrong way, and before you know it, I mean, she barbecued his ass all over Facebook, and I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Just
Who needs it? Who needs it?
the woman I talk to, they know my real name. I don't say
Right.
nothing about no. You know. But you see how
Exactly.
fine she is. What? No. Leave her alone. She's doing the same thing you're doing. It's not going to end well. Just,
Right.
you be polite. Like I'm sure you were. But you never.
Right.
No, we're
But
not going to go. Yeah, we're not
I
going to go
mean, I
have a
could
drink
go.
together.
I could go out with somebody like
Right.
that, but it ain't never gonna get serious.
That's what I'm
You see what
saying.
I'm
Right.
saying?
You
Right. Now,
professional
job.
demeanor, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I've seen people the job thing and it goes awry, and you still gotta do that job. You know what I'm saying? I even seen it in WCW. Many times. It's just I've always tried to keep my private life away from my everyday life, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
My private life away from my everyday life, because I never wanted them to intertwine. Never
But,
wanted them
but,
to.
but Stephen, but when they do, who loses? The weaker one. Okay, you see what happened to Sonny after dating Shawn Michaels? You see that?
Right.
You see how she went? You see, she was better off with Candido and blah blah blah. But you see that mess? Well, Shawn was a top star. They're not going to sacrifice him for her.
Well, the thing is, man,
Huh?
just because people are in the entertainment business or sports entertainment business or regular entertainment business, that don't mean they have the most stable social constitution on earth.
Mm.
You dig what I'm saying?
Mm.
Sometimes they're the worst of the worst at that. Yes.
Yeah. But
So you can't. It's hard to figure out what people don't know about certain things, because you got to realize this thing that we call fame is intoxicating,
mm.
and it can overwhelm you, bro. You being a female or a male, it can overwhelm you, and the people play right into it because things start to become so easy. You know what I'm saying? It starts to come so, I can do this, I can do that, I can get this girl, I can get that guy, blah, blah, blah. And it becomes so easy. And next thing you know, you're between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
And just because that don't mean your constitution is strong, because you know how to
yeah.
do a backflip off the top rope, somersault, and land with a cross body. They don't. One has nothing to do with the other. Believe me,
Yeah.
I've seen it 1,000 times.
And you're right. That fame. It's like your cousin Brian Gumble when he interviewed Chris Darden about his book. He says you're writing your book that Judge Ito was intoxicated with fame. Wasn't you a little drunk yourself?
Right.
and Brian Gumble was spot on. Chris Darden loved that shit going on, but he go try to blame Ito. Yeah, wasn't you a little drunk yourself?
Made him a very rich man.
Yeah, but he tried.
Do you know? Do you know those guys, Chris Darden
Yeah.
and Marsha Clark, had book deals before the thing was even over?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
They had already been approached. They had already been approached about book deals before the thing was even over.
Yeah.
And then you got the nerd Christopher Darden to get, to go up there in the post press conference after everything was over with, and OJ gets acquitted.
Crying his ass like, yeah.
You lucky you lucky I'm not the press right now. Jimmy was, oh man, I would have ate him like a bowl of collard. Sit down, you turncoat. And do you know this guy? I ain't gonna even get on that. We got to get out of here, man. And we're gonna,
Right.
Hey, let me get all my guys out of here on Facebook. I'm about to go off, Jimmy. We're gonna, hey everybody, see you guys tomorrow night. Peace. Jimmy, I'm about to go off, man. He's about to make me go off because see, I know some things about Chris Darden people don't know.
No. Real quickly though, do you remember Marsha Clark's reaction at the press conference. We're
I don't.
we're disappointed. We didn't expect this. In other words, she wasn't crying. She was just, it was all
Right.
business. It was, but he over there just, oh my God, yeah.
Sobbing.
And it's funny you mentioned that because I felt the same way when I saw that. I felt the same way, man.
Yeah, you done got rich from this. You a straight up,
Yeah,
I mean, a straight up sap.
yeah.
And you done got rich.
But Steven, we are a special breed, brother. I mean, when the Queen died, the people over in Jamaica, oh my God, the Queen, bury me with her. Let me take her place. You got me.
Yeah, please. Dig him a hole. That's what I would have said. Dig him a hole, Jimmy.
The Queen is dead. Oh my God, bury me with her. What the hell are you talking about? The way she colonized you guys. You know what I'm saying?
You know.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah, hey, brother. They got the fever, I guess.
Yeah, all right, buddy.
But, ladies and gentlemen, another night. Hanging out with my boy, Mr. Tibbs. Glad to be back. And you guys, I've been under the weather for the past week or so. I caught a head cold. But I'm okay now. Didn't lose my appetite. I don't think I lost my smell. I don't think it was covert. COVID's supposed to be gone. Maybe it came back on me. I don't know. But be that as it may, you guys can hear the music in the background. This is the end of the show. And Jimmy, what do we always say at the end of the show?
Be one.
Be one, guys. See y'all tomorrow night. Peace.